Dennis Bloom.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Don't you guys get tired of us like asking you that? Like we didn't hear you applaud for like 4 other guys before us, you know? But so I was raised around the Dayton area and stuff, you know. Everybody around here is like really quick with like all the insults and stuff, you know, like we're kind of clever. So let me just tell you before, you know, you go there. I know I have bitch tits and I'm chubby. Like, it's cool, alright? I know it, but the thing that like a lot of guys don't realize when they're like, oh hey, you got bitch tits, I'm like, yeah, well, you know, like 22 years later, I was like, dude, this just means that I got a corner of the market covered that you don't. I can go after lesbians too, right? You know, I'd be like, you know, just walk up to a bar and just be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? You want to touch my penis? Like, no. Like, you want to rub my tits? That's great. I used to work at Subway, and you know, my girlfriend thought it would be really cool, you know, to text me one day while I was at Subway. So I'm looking at this 85-year-old woman who's trying to figure out what she wants up on the board. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So my phone goes off. Hey, what's up? She texts me a picture of her tits. Right? And I'm like, that's cool, you know, nothing is better than when you're in work mode. And you're just like, all right, that's some tits. So this old lady looks at me, she's like, I would like a foot-long roasted chicken breast. I'm like, are you serious? Like, how did you know? You know, and then like, we get over to the sandwich and sides, right? And I'm just sitting there, girlfriend steps it up. Vagina, right? I'm just like, yes, that is awesome, you know, I know what I'm doing when I get home. And then like, this lady looks at me and stuff, and I'm like, okay, so what would you like on your sandwich, you know? Would you like some lettuce? Lettuce? What about some titty toes? Tomatoes, you know? And then like, we get all the way over to the sauce, right? And by this time, I feel totally horrible asking this old lady what kind of sauce she wants on her sandwich. You know, because then right after that, she just pays for it. So, country music, right? Country music, a lot of people like, okay, here, round of applause. Who likes country music? All right, I'm about to shit on it for you, okay? Yeah. Country music. If you ever want to be a country music star, let me tell you, there's 3 things you need to do. All right, first off, you need appearance. You need to wear a cowboy hat. You need to wear the shirt that does not have sleeves. You don't know where they're gone. You don't know what happened to them after you cut them off. It's whatever. You need a belt buckle that you can eat your fucking dinner off of, all right? I'm talking like huge, like if you're ever out on the mesa just, you know, wrangling some prairie dogs or some shit, you're just like, oh, and dinner. You know, you need some nut huggers, right? Nut huggers that are like so tight that like, if you try to put the sock in there when you're up on stage, you know, you're just like, oh man, I can't feel my dick anymore. You're right. You know, like, that's the way it's gotta go. Second off, you need to reference Jesus Christ, right? And you also need to talk about America kicking somebody's ass. Okay, like those 2 things. Then, third, you need to talk about dirt roads and chert rocks. Nobody knows what the hell a chert rock is, but you need to reference it, right? So, if you don't believe me, I'm about to do this, and yes, I'm totally gonna sing in front of you guys, so just bear with me. Alright, so you just take and you put country music, you know, to a country attitude. Alright, so, well, I was walking down that dirt road. It's a metaphor for life. I was really upset. Just got into a fight with the wife. She kicked me out and she threw me out fast. I said America could kick Jesus' ass. Now I'm walking, kicking up the church rocks. Not wearing socks in my boots, but it's alright. It's a cold, cold night, but I miss my denim sleeves. Yeah. And like, so there's a lot of social disorders and stuff around the world, right? You know, you've got like restless leg syndrome, you've got like bipolar, manic depressive, and with all these things going on, I've noticed something as well. I like to call it VAG, which is an acronym which stands for vestigial arm disorder. So I'm just gonna put it like this. What the fuck is this? Do you see that? You ever see people just walking around? It's like, oh, look at that. Oh, Target. Oh, look at that silver. You know, like, and you're like, what the hell is that? You know, you look like Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons, dumbass. You know? And then, like, you know, other than that, like, really, you just kind of look like a like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you know? Like, you look like you should be running after a Jeep in the jungle or something. So, who else has noticed that Winnie the Pooh is a pedophile? No, seriously, think about this. Think about all the little kids that Winnie the Pooh has ever been on. Right? Now, could you picture being the cop that is interrogating Winnie the Pooh? You'd be like, excuse me, Mr. Pooh, do you know why you're here? And he's like, I got a rumbly in my tumbly. So what you're saying is you feel bad about being on all these little kids. I just want some honey. Is that what you told them? And then they've got Eeyore in the other room, and he's just like, I told him not to do it. He had just been getting by with Piglet for a while. Fucking Christopher Robin came along. But that's about all my time, so you guys have a good night. Tip your waitress.